What a damn good GG, and I'm so glad they're actually waiting for us, or that they're waiting for us. I don't know if they were waiting for us, but I'm glad they did. And we have seen this rather excellent game. Okay, well, let's head into the second game this time around. I'm thinking it might be slightly differently played at this point from the set. And we're gonna be heading into a vision, of course, into the middle. We're starting with the one Oasis, kind of like handicapped one, slightly. Can see there's gonna be easy way through in the middle. And well, yeah, just kind of looking at the chat in there. So basically, I'm on too many delay, so I can just right now see all your reaction to the last game in there. Yeah, I'm kind of agreeing that I will be maybe trying to play at least a bit more. I'm kind of agreeing with that sentiment that basically 15F will be having insanely hard time to kill the Titan in the long run. Obviously, the speed was a huge problem, so he would be able to jump between all the TCs. But problem is that past the Ragnarok, the economy was really frail for 15F, and therefore he might not be having enough resources to continually rebuilding the TC. So yeah, exactly. Kill the ox carts in the town centers and market. So I'm thinking that actually Red could have been still trying to play it, but he was kind of YOLO in the game and probably didn't exactly have like detailed experience with the matchup yet. But I'm thinking that when he's gonna be reviewing it, he's gonna be having some kind of idea how to improve it, and that maybe it doesn't have to be all that much of a impossible task from that point going forward. Yeah, at any rate, let's go into the second game. Maybe you're gonna be having another epic for all of those that remember what can happen in one big Oasis in the middle and an Egyptian. With a rock potentially, or some kind of shifting sands, we'll see. As well, otherwise, all the way through middle. You're gonna be looking at 15F. Having the gold mine quite a bit forwardish, that's gonna be a bit unlucky. At the same time, against the set, it doesn't have to be mattering too extremely much. And I'm kinda agreeing with what Arturo is saying, because when you think about that, blue can be running away from the Titan the whole game. Absolutely the whole game, and the Titan just wouldn't be able to kill all the army. So basically they cannot kill each other at that point. It's kinda like not entirely fully what you would be expecting as a competitive game at that point. It would be just like at the level of hiding villager in a corner. But at the same time, I mean, like, if you cannot kill the opponent, then you just cannot kill him. So the draw is not such a outlandish thought in a situation that we have had there. But quite frankly, that's like one of the rare situations when you'd be even thinking about a draw at that point. Like, seriously. When else would you be thinking about that? Well, at any rate, we are gonna be right now expecting, of course, quite a lot of fun here as well, as we are already gonna be dropping a temple for Kilt. Hopefully this time around 15F is gonna be paying a bit more attention to his goats. No, well, so far he isn't. So there might be something similar that happened in the last game, as obviously the Great Hunt was cast also on them, but also on the zebras. So we probably got a few more of them, as right now he's having still 4 there, but like 6, maybe 7, who knows. So you got a whole lot more of them for the better hunt, and he's gonna be having 2 lions. That's something that Norse definitely can be going for, the same as the monkeys to the bottom. Even though monkeys don't have all that much of a high hunt amount on them, they are still a hunt, but obviously to the top, that's a whole lot more digestible food with the giraffes and the gazelles there available. And now a few monkeys gonna be stealing. Maybe the pharaoh could be also adding the baboons. I would be kind of wishing for a game like that, but that's kind of risky and not entirely all that viable in a full-on competitive gameplay and environment, as he's gonna be switching, of course, into his own set of giraffes and gazelles and also advancing this time through Ptah. Yet again, not like in the Frozen Waste as we have seen in the previous match. So that's gonna be advanced about 440 again. A bit later, 435 maybe. Now as the Odin is gonna be advancing a whole lot faster. So I don't think he's gonna be having all that much of an issue as far as getting disrupted. But he should be right now yet again switching the goats. He slightly did. So it shouldn't be all that easy for Kilt to be shifting absolutely everything there at the same time. But he can be just basically splitting them around as Aikaro would. Aikaro is kind of fond of that. Spreading them in kind of like even intervals around the town center for proper protection and also efficiency by the villagers. At any rate, of course, there's gonna be right now Kilty moving forward and trying to block the food as much as possible. You can see that right now 15F is gonna be at least seeing that, so it's not gonna be any kind of 100% surprise going on. And he did use the vision, so right now it needs to be something a bit different, and maybe that's why he doesn't need to be right now 15F worried about actually the ghost getting stolen, because in the last game the combination was with the god power, well, there was with the god power there. Okay, it's kind of right now checking out what's going on, for example, with this TC. Very good combination for 15F with this kind of gold next to back TC. That's something he will be quite happy about. And there we go. So is that gonna be the shift forward? Probably not. So far there's gonna be only right now the Valkyrie killing at least one of the villages or not. Oh, and she's ganked up on and she cannot even escape. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate for 15F. But he was probably right now spending his time inside his base. Not wanting to be risking anything, and there is gonna be the shift in sands into a bit of a trap. Stealing quite the army. 4 Heresiers and an wolf. There's gonna be at least one Heresier dead. The rest of them are gonna be safe. Oh, but they're actually heading straight into the enemy hunt here. You can see that even the wolf actually died to all the tower fire. So it could have been quite a lot easier for him. Right now 15F, if he was having at least that one extra unit to potentially abuse him there some more. But nonetheless, he's gonna be getting the horses yet again from double longhouse. And heading forward into the battle. Right now he doesn't need to be having a waiting point in his base anymore. Just basically can be right now going straight into the other side about like here. And continue with the hunt because it's still there and will be for at least a bit of time. They are not exactly finished the villages. But otherwise for the amount of goats, he doesn't have extremely too many. He's gonna be obviously having some converted hunts still available for him. As apparently first time or for the time being, he's gonna be heading for the front TC. Gonna be giving him this gold, especially... Yeah. Huh. Nice wood line. Nice wood line here. So he just needs to be prolonging it slightly to the middle. But there is still the forest fire, so... Doesn't have to be all that extremely foolproof, but good option. Obviously it is scouted right about now. The Raven has seen it, but he doesn't have the army there. He's gonna be wanting to switch to the top onto the hunters, but the hunters, they have seen it exactly. Talking about the timing here. Talking about the timing, how it's actually looking, that they are basically escaping exactly at this time. 160, 290 in there. Now we at about 7 minutes. Maybe he has it timed as far as when the enemy is potentially going to be having all the extra animals, or all the extra units. But it was certainly quite nice clairvoyance there, at this point by 15F. And he's gonna be saving, of course, him quite a bit of lives, as even though he's running away. But he did the same thing in the last game, so like, he also left the giraffes there, even without getting attacked. Even without anybody getting there. So he's probably just having a bit of a style of play like that. I think he's gonna be on a timer. That basically when he reaches certain time in the game, he's gonna be running away from the hunt. Because he's gonna be expecting that the raiders could be nearby. And he doesn't want to be caught there at all and running only after. Because it would be already resulting into losses. So better for him maybe to be playing a bit safer and gathering inside his base already, since he has plenty of goats there available. And also potentially some extra gazelles if he wants to send them a bit back. Second TC in the meantime also by 15F. As he's gonna be trying to react as in the last game. So otherwise the economical upgrades and ducks and pickaxe, basically all the base upgrades besides plow so far. He's gonna be going for the berries. Oh, they need to be escaping. Yeah. Yeah, luckily he did realize that, but they didn't have any kind of path to actually escape into the TC safely through that middle. So it was well worthwhile. Right now Kilt will be also on top of that, having to spend time on rebuilding the granary. Maybe you're gonna be building it on some better spot, like to the top. Seems maybe slightly better as far as the escaping possibilities and capabilities of his. As he, oh well, he though ran out of food here, and that's a lot of idle. A lot of idle time here available. You can see he doesn't have any kind of other upgrades, Kilty. Just going kind of hardcore on the hunting dogs. So he's gonna be right now having still a few more there available, but this is gonna be up to 15F to control the map from now on. Maybe even have some kind of military buildings around the front TC just to make sure there's not gonna be a kind of all that easy and simple way how to steal it from him. It's quite obvious right now the medium gold mine is gonna be gone, but with the excellent one that he has to the top, it's not a problem. You have already commented on that, and looking at the resources, yeah, the heroic age is definitely not all that impossible for Odin. Gonna be some kind of semi-fast heroic, which is pretty much a standard for the Norse lately. In the meta, as Kilt is quite down, and is it because of the heroic? It is. There's gonna be Neftis on the way there, and he's here again having quite an excellent gold mine, so it's kinda up to Kilty not to mess this up. There's definitely opportunity still there to be having quite a comfortable game going on from now forward. Obviously, we're not gonna be seeing the Titan again, shenanigans. This is gonna be a whole lot more standard gameplay going forward. Now, there's gonna be quite a massive wall all across the map here. Definitely needed though, as he needs to be protecting the gold and overall kind of like the access into the base, so that he's gonna be forced to control only one part. Maybe he could be also walling there, or maybe like here, just to make sure that he's gonna be fully aware of what might be going on and what might be happening all across. But we're not gonna be having rocks here, and therefore nothing probably can be happening in the middle too much, because if he would be able to get there, then it would be only through cutting through, and he would have to be making a lot of walls, but that's not entirely all that viable. Norse would be able to really break through fairly occasionally. So that's gonna be the Migdol stronghold. Maybe he could be thinking he could be even dropping it right next to it, but still, there is the wood line, so he doesn't want to be hugging it too much. So he's gonna be opting for a bit back instead of like a bit closer to the TC. Maybe he wants to be also leaving a bit of space in there for farms a bit later, as it doesn't seem like that blue will be getting there anytime soon. Yep, he's just going for a bit of walling in the middle, well, in the middle, kind of where we said the second option. He's going for a bit more map control, kind of assuming that this TC is really gonna be his. So far no Heroic Age though, or... Yep, there it is, just clicking in. Just slightly confused why it wouldn't be coming, but apparently Kilt is gonna be yet again switching straight into the Mythical Age. Not wanting to really be staying even here in the Heroic too much. That's how actually how 15F is gonna be reacting. Skadi and right after going into Rak. Because right now with the second TC it's a whole lot different deal, as the Egyptian is gonna be having a bit more comfortable position. You can see he's even coming for the elephants. Now that's something that Seth does, kinda similar to Isis. Since he's obviously having quite a tons of food, so he can be right now having quite an easy time of that. And he doesn't have any kind of bonus on the other types of units too much. So why not go for all of this? And while the horses are gonna be trying to get rid of the Scorpion Man, kinda slightly foolishly, they're gonna be of course caught up with all the other army, and therefore will be forced to escape. As fighting against the Scorpion Man is maybe fine, but against all the crocodiles, well, the horses might be getting a bit spooky if their leg suddenly gets caught by something else. Well, in the meantime, there's gonna be a hill fort, or the hill fort. I'm slightly curious about why he actually wasn't going to drop the Migdol next to the TC to protect it a bit more. But it was probably also a reaction already to the fact that he's gonna be facing way too much of an army in there already. You can see the lion in the way there. There is right now a Raven to the top, gonna be dropping a market to the top as well. Obviously medium infantry, medium cavalry coming forward, and that is surprisingly enough to me. I was thinking he might be heading straight into the Mythical Age, but apparently not so much. He wants to be a bit more going for the Heroic Age push anyway, and that might be exactly playing into the cards of 15F, I'm thinking. But at any rate, not entirely certain if even the Mythical Age would be all that worthwhile, because obviously with the huge army that the Norse would be having, he might be having quite a solid chance to block him. So, might be just a reasonable choice at this point not to be risking anything too much, since the Titan didn't work out all that well in the last one. That was quite a nice Frost. Good usage of the special ability of the Frost Giant. So right now let's just get rid of the Priest in there. And the Norse is gonna be having quite an easier situation here suddenly. And especially since he's able to kinda outmaneuver the opponent as far as kinda like controlling where he's gonna be coming from and through. As you can see, it's gonna be the second DC coming forward with, of course, right now switch apparently into only chariots and camels, so the elephants have already done their job, since there wasn't any kind of push going to be happening in any kind of strong way. Well, the two throwing axemen maybe could be also coming out already. Now these housed the two TCs, plenty of gold. Kilty is not housed yet, but the difference in the population limit is not entirely too high from red, or rather from blue, as of course right now the army moving forward without any kind of priest. This Frost Giant is suddenly becoming quite a lot more powerful and quite a lot more important in the fight. Okay, this guy will probably letting him have enough time to be finishing with the town center, so therefore the battlefield will most probably be shifting as soon as it's gonna be starting to be shooting. Exactly. He's gonna be maybe having to fall a bit next to the tree or something. Or no, this is not any kind of fallback. This is just basically 15F trying to lure the enemy next to the TC. So that is gonna be a whole lot more dangerous position, maybe even close by to a Phil Hill fort, as he should be getting another one. I'm still thinking he's building them a bit too far away. He could be a bit close by to the TC, because the attack is definitely coming. And this is gonna be so far away that he might not be even able to use the hill fort to basically shoot as a defense. But at any rate, I'm definitely liking also all the way to the top. There's gonna be a bit of a wall in. Can see that the village is moving probably for a market. I wonder if Red is gonna be noticing here. Yeah, he did. He's gonna be right now already running away. Can see plenty of villages for the gold here. So maybe a bit of opportunity for some raiding, as 15F definitely needs to be right now a whole lot more careful all the way to the top. So that's why he's also walling there, not only because of the trade, but because of course even the gold is becoming a bit of a risky proposition for him. Because all the way to the bottom there is absolutely no gold. So this fight is literally about the TC and overall map control. There's nothing else to get in research for the time being. Economies are both pretty strained, even though we can see that Kilt is having a bit more of a problem with the gold, as the market is not starting yet, and he's not even sending villages to the bottom corner yet at this point. So if he can actually get a bit of army, a few horses, and attack this gold mine, that might be really helping him fairly strongly and quite immensely. But look at that, even the mercenaries just straight coming into the battle. That's a bit of a sad story. So that's also one of the reasons why he doesn't have all that much of a gold in stockpile in there. Else, definitely not the cheapest unit that he can be making. But so far it seems to be working reasonably alright for blue. Seems to be even getting a bit more further from his TC into the enemy base, or the enemy base. Enemy army. You can see right now the Ufjars, that means medium cavalry with copper shields on them. With 45 TC coming forward, quite an important relic. But how far away is it? Not quite a bit. It's gonna be taking quite a few seconds still before he's gonna be ready. But I don't think that's enough for Kilt right now to be pushing forward. He still does have the Ancestors, but so is there also right now the Frost. So basically casting Ancestor Slide right here is not entirely all that helpful. As the Ulfsak, oh, he did not finish with the wall. Careful about that one, hopefully he will. As he's trying to drop the Longhouse so that he can finally slightly punish this gold mine. Because right now still 4,000, so he's gonna be wanting to stick to it for quite a bit longer, as the one here to the back is having 2,000, that's a lot of it there. And in the middle it's gonna be large gold mine still available there also. Dragon, well, Shelty would be a bit of a thought as far as 15F, but considering that he was talking in the chat here, kinda like during the end of the last game, I'm not sure. We are on the delay here, that has to be said, but still, I'm not entirely all that positive that you will be able to basically play, and at the same time you'll be able to type into the chat, so I'm not sure. I wouldn't necessarily think so, but oh well, that's a massive decision right about now. But with Ancestors right after. That's a bit unlucky for Kilty, I'm thinking. Because right now he's gonna be having the Frozen Army, and he's gonna be also losing the Ancestors, so it was almost as if it was the other way around. I think that Kilty was way too committed and just couldn't basically kick it off or change his mind as the Frost came in at pretty much the same time, but it was kind of making pretty good sense. Or maybe he was just on purpose casting them after, so that he's gonna be saving his army as much as possible, especially the siege towers in there. But obviously against all those Jarls and even the Frost Giant, shooting from the DC, it never was going to be doing exactly all that enough. But it does soak up a bit of damage, and therefore free up a bit of an opportunity for the Frozen Army to be surviving a bit better. But at least the siege towers are gonna be gone. I'm thinking that blue should have been at least trying to repair it at least a bit, with like a few throwing axemen or something. But otherwise the battle seems to be going rather alright. Let's check some army on some more upgrades. So far only the copper shields, nothing else. And the mercenaries, they seem to be, well, really powerful here. Because obviously they do have incredible stats. 228 hit points, 44% as far as the armor, and 11.2 as well onto the attack. They're really powerful, but all the way to the top, here we go. That's going to be finally the raiding on the gold, and that's why Kilty is gonna be already calling it a GG. And with the Ragnarok potentially coming forward, it really does not seem to me that you will be able to handle it all that well at all. It really did not. So in the end, it's gonna be, well, quite a solid victory for 15F. In the end, even in the second game, and he's gonna be advancing into round number 3. Good games that we have seen here. So let's check into the post game and then potentially move into round number 3 match already, because plenty of matches over that are already underway. Maybe we're gonna be continuing here, maybe some other match. We'll see what's gonna be coming up next. But here, that's gonna be on 15F with Quite a good echo, obviously. That's usually how it happens. As we are looking at Kilty with quite a solid military count, but obviously gonna be buffed by the animals. And the power definitely was for 15F, with the Jarls there and the Huskarls and the Hillfort units. Now Medium Raider at 35. Most common unit for Kilty, Mercenary Cavalry this early in the game, like seriously. That really is a thing here. Since the civilians, obviously a bit better boom by Kilty because he was having the second TC faster. But well, congratulations to 15F on advancing to the third round. And well, Kilty, we'll see who it actually was. But good performances. Definitely thank you for the last game. That was one of the rare ones. So thank you for all of that. And good luck in the next tournament, I guess. GG.